I lost my father at a very young age, at 7 years old, and I spent a lot of my time searching and trying to fill a void, but I wasn't always looking in the right place. I wasn't looking in the right direction. Got into the entertainment industry. I started modeling and got contracted with top agencies in New York. I did really well in the industry, but I didn't feel fulfilled. And I think it's only because that I wasn't grounded in my being. And before I was looking out to the world to justify me and who I was, and this industry, it made it even more so because it was all based off of physical appearance and how you presented yourself. It wasn't really about who you really were. I actually had a physical condition where I hemorrhaged, and I didn't realize what it was until it was too late. And I collapsed in one of my shoots, and I had to be taken to the doctor. Eventually, I was diagnosed with dystonia, which is a mild form of epilepsy. That brought me even deeper into depression and lack of self-worth. And it was very tough. This is a point in my life where although I would pray to the Lord at night, right before bed, I wasn't giving enough to Him. He wasn't a part of my life the way He is now. I met someone, and because of where I was mentally with my condition, I allowed this person to enter into my life, and I did get married. I do have a beautiful daughter from that union, but when she was born, I got this strength to realize that I wasn't in the right relationship. I never imagined being a single mother or raising a child on my own, but I had to make a strong decision to divorce this person because he was emotionally abusive. But my daughter gave me the strength to do that because I knew not only did I have to be responsible for myself, I needed to be responsible for her. I started going to this gym to get my health back, to get my life on track. A friend of mine who was a member of the gym as well sent a message through our Facebook page about C3. And that's when I saw it one day, and I just felt like I needed to go. As soon as we got there, everybody was so kind. Everybody was so welcoming. And I think it's just exactly what I needed at that time. And I'm just so thankful that I saw that Facebook message because it put my life on track. It put my self-worth back into myself. And I felt like God had been in my life through every experience that I've been through. I didn't recognize it or understand it, but He'd always been there. He'd been there throughout my dystonia when I got sick. He's the one who stopped me from taking my own life. But if I hadn't lived through those experiences, I wouldn't have the relationship I have with God today. And I have C3 to thank for that. I also have my husband to thank for that. We met right when I started going to C3. He has such a beautiful story, and his relationship with God is so pure and so real. It was just a blessing when I was able to get the opportunity to start the Astoria family dinner party with my husband. And it's so amazing to be able to have that avenue for other families of the church to get together, because we all understand, the needs of smaller children, and we're able to discuss things that we may be dealing with, to be there for each other, to be vulnerable, to be open to each other. And you don't have to feel alone. I used to be so lonely, and now I never feel lonely. I have my Lord, my Savior, and He's always going to be there for me no matter what.